Hey Aries, welcome to your reading for the week of January 11th, 2026. Chippy came in to say hello to everybody and get his cookie. Have a cookie, take a nap. Sparky, you want to say hi to Aries too? Come on up here. Good boy. Here's Sparky. He's a therapy dog and he likes to help ground the energy, don't you, buddy? And get his cookies. So we're going to jump right into your reading and see what's coming. At least by feel for you today. What's coming up for you. Thank you all for being subscribers to my channel, by the way, and thank you so much to my membership. A lot of you Aries are in the membership program and I appreciate you very much, and I am going to do a month to month for 2026 just for members, so you may want to check that out as soon as I get that done. And check out Chippy's channel. He's got some new videos coming out. One came out a couple of days ago, and you can check that out at the end of this, and I'll link it too. Okay, so let's pull these by feel today, Aries, and see what's coming. The Star. First card up, the Star. A lot of success there, Aries, and a good sort of spotlight shining on you. Oh, and here's the Hierophant as the crossing card. And by the way, thank you for my beautiful viewer who sent me these beautiful cards as a Christmas and birthday gift. So sweet of you. I love these. You know who you are. Thank you. Six of Cups. We got Six of Cups, some nostalgia, things from the past, Aries, like on your mind potentially at this time. And the Hermit. You might be spending a little bit of time by yourself, but you're all the wiser for it, for sure. Going into the past, Secrets, High Priestess, going into the past. Let's see what your future is showing in these cards today. And remember, tarot readings are fluid. You know, the timing can change. You know, it depends on when you watch it and that sort of thing. And also, it can, I lost my total train of thought. It's your fault, Chippy. Just kidding. And what I was going to say, because the energy is fluid, you know what, boy, something's blocking me from saying this. Because the energy is fluid, when you look ahead at what's coming, you can sometimes change that outcome. Not always, but a lot of times you can. And that is the value, the real value in tarot readings. You know, people say, oh, that's a terrible reading. Well, you have the ability to change that outcome because you can change the energy. Okay. All right, so let's see what we've got here, Aries. The Star, like I said, the first card up. You might be healing from something at this time. I feel like because this nostalgia card came up for you, I think there's something that I see you kind of healing from that might have to do with family and that sort of thing. Family, children, you know, adult children, narcissistic kind of relationships, changes coming in, that sort of thing. Here's your Emperor card. Other people are seeing you as the Emperor, which is the Aries card. So isn't that interesting at this time? And it did come up reversed for some of you, so I think they might be seeing the stronger side. I'll put it mildly, the stronger side of Aries at this time. So we'll see where this comes in for you. Okay, so Aries, where should we start? I think at the beginning. Let's just take a look at this. Wow, we got the Moon and the World. This is in your immediate future. I don't think you're going to want to change the course of these. Okay, this is really strong universal energy and inspiration coming to you. You know, when I see Moon and World, there's a lot of influence from the planets at this time for you, and it's good. It feels really, really good to me. Yeah, Chariot, Emperor, Two of Swords, Death reversed. Yeah, wow. So the thing I see crossing you at this time, Aries, is the Hierophant. And I feel like maybe commitments, maybe things you committed to, you don't want to do them now. Maybe you've changed your mind. Maybe it's feeling like a conflict to stick with obligations, or even a marriage. Maybe you're even changing some of your spiritual beliefs. You know, what used to make sense to you doesn't anymore. You know, like maybe you're like, I'm just not sure I believe that anymore because this makes more sense. And our beliefs do change sometimes or shift slightly, you know, as we get older and we look back on things. Things look different now than they did when we were like 5 years old, you know, that sort of thing. So in your, here's your childhood. Here's 6 of Cups. In your mind, we've got 6 of Cups. Childhood, I just said it. Yeah, 5 years old. I feel like you're thinking about things that happened when you were a lot younger, with family and different things like that. And it's playing into your inner wisdom. I feel like you're learning a lot by looking backwards on some things. So we'll see where that comes in. I'm going to pull some clarifiers when we get towards the end of this, okay? And we've got the High Priestess, secrets, moving into the past. I feel like your foundations are rocking a little bit right now. The beliefs, the obligations, the commitments, I feel like are shaky at this time. You can literally see my tarot table shaking. And I couldn't get it leveled back up. I moved it a little bit before I got on here. And this is literally the legs under you not being stable at this time, it feels like, Aries. Not for everybody here, but for a lot of you, I feel like there's something going on with stability and questioning which obligations, you know, if you quit doing these things that you're obligated to, would it pull the foundation out from under you? You know, would it make your table rock? Because it just feels like I'm having a hard time grounding this reading because the table keeps moving on me. Okay. All right. And I always say things always like happen for a reason. You know, there are just no mistakes in tarot readings, and there's a reason this keeps happening. It's really annoying, which means it's probably annoying you, not my table, but some kind of stability or something that feels like one leg is too short on something, you know, like a 3-legged table, or I don't know, something weird like that going on. Okay. So in your immediate future this week, probably when you see this, be careful that things don't look better than they really are. You know, the silvery moonlight tends to make things look a little better than they are. Look out for illusions and that sort of thing. I don't see any straight on deception that you need to look out for, but there's something here about watch out for illusions. Not really deception, but illusions. Okay. And then we got this beautiful World card that's coming up. This is in your more extended future, I would say over the next 3 months. You are going to be, I don't know, completing a cycle of some sort. Maybe your table will balance back out. There's something here about finishing a cycle, finishing things up. And I think it does have to do with childhood. You know, we got the 6 of Cups earlier on your mind. In inner wisdom, hermit, maybe spending time by yourself and things like that. I feel like all this plays in together. These cards are leading you into this, into the world, into completion, okay? Like some sort of a spiritual graduation. And again, having to do with this Hierophant, commitments, or, you know, a marriage, spiritual beliefs. You know, take it as it resonates for you, but this is in your challenge position. But I think it's because you're finishing up a cycle, Aries. I really do. Let's see, where do we want to go next? Emperor reversed. We're going to have to clarify this one. It's not going to be reversed for everybody, but somebody's seeing you in your very strong Aries energy. And, you know, everybody has negative and positive traits. And I think some of you, somebody's seeing some of you as in your more negative Aries traits at this time, okay? Which could be feeling pushy or demanding or impulsive or impatient, you know, those kinds of things with Aries, okay? All right. And I gotta say, I love Aries, so you guys know I'm not picking on you, okay? You know, I'm like your biggest fan, so I'm just saying other people, not me, other people are seeing you as this, but not everybody's going to be in the reversed meaning either. So people are seeing you in your Aries energy, okay? Fast moving and fiery. All right, so 2 of Swords is showing up in your hopes and fears position. this is something where you there's kind of a power struggle. Maybe you don't want to take the blindfold off, okay? You're sort of hoping to see clearly and you kind of don't want to at the same time. There's some sort of a power struggle. And your final outcome is the Death card reversed. It's almost like this whole situation, you get up to the end of the cycle and you're like, do I want to move forward? There's something here about kind of holding back on new beginnings a little bit for some of you. Some of you are straight on, like, let's go. Okay. All right, we're going to use these my Crow tarot cards. Recently, and I mentioned this in Sagittarius reading or something, I think, maybe the Taurus reading, but I was maybe both. I can't remember. But what I've noticed is the crows have been talking to me lately. You know, it's weird how intelligent they are. I guess I shouldn't say it's weird, but it kind of is. Because I watched this video about this scientist. They were studying crows and how intelligent they are, and how they watch their humans and humans that are around them, and they'll talk about them like they talk about us, all through. Not only in your neighborhood or around, you know, I live in farmland, so not only around in farmland, but farms like way far away, other states. You know, like they found out that these stories that the crows are telling, they have their own language, you know, and some of the scientists say they've been able to crack open their language, you know, and understand they're talking about us humans, like what are these humans doing? And they're not really fond of us a lot of times. You know, they see humans being very destructive and things. Anyway, ever since I watched that little video on crows, and I was really tuned into it, I was like, yeah, it makes so much sense, you know, because I've always really liked crows anyway. I love birds in general. Ever since I watched that, now every time I walk out, every time I open my door to go outside, there's this one crow in particular, it sounds like the same one, in the same spot. Calls out to me the instant I open my door every time, like, hey, we see ya. So I don't know who needed to hear that story, but I found it really fascinating. So here we go. We're using the Crow Tarot. And to clarify the star, we have got the 8 of Wands, guys. Okay. So there's a lot of fast communication and a lot of fast moving healing for some of you. Okay, I just feel like success is coming into you fast, Aries, and of course you like fast. You like things that, you know, happen quickly. So I am getting that this healing that you're going through and these new inspirations, new ideas. I feel like this is inspiration, like the stars are lining up for you and things are going to be happening like super fast. Okay. Let's look at this conflict for you, this Hierophant. Why is the Hierophant a conflict for you at this time? Obligations, commitments, maybe marriage, maybe your church or your spirituality or your beliefs. You're feeling like something's deceptive, having to do with either a marriage, because here's the Moon card for the second time. So there is something here about illusions, or I said earlier I didn't think it was deception, but I don't know. Next to this one, I'm thinking it might be. That you're feeling like there's something deceptive going on with that Hierophant. For some of you, it could be a Taurus, but I feel like more it's the meaning of obligations. I keep hearing obligations. Let's look at 6 of Cups. Let's clarify nostalgia, childhood, things like that. What's going on with that? We have got the 6 of Pentacles. Yeah, 6 of Pentacles. There was something about either somebody owes you something from childhood or having to do with childhood, or you owe them, or they think you owe them. Yeah, I think they think you're being controlling. I think that this, let's jump forward for a minute. We've got the Emperor reversed as how people are seeing you at this time. And I feel like some people are seeing you like, come on, Aries, you owe me. You owe me this, you know, and maybe there was something to do with a childhood home. Maybe it was left to a lot, you know, several siblings or something like that. Somebody's seeing you as being demanding and selfish is what I'm picking up. And they're like, You owe me. We need to balance these scales out, Aries. We need to balance this out, Aries. I feel like it's somebody from family or childhood, okay? Now, underneath that, we've got the Hermit card, which can, you know, be Virgo. But again, I'm feeling like this is more having to do with your inner wisdom, your belief system. You know, what do you believe now, and that sort of thing. It's clarified by death reversed. Again, we had death reversed over here. That's no accident, guys. It's definitely coming up reversed twice. And it is clarifying the Hermit. So I kind of do feel like maybe this is around an inheritance or wrapping up some sort of family cycle. We've seen cycles here. I feel like this reading's about cycles. This is something about children, childhood, maybe when you were a child, like I was picking up 5. I pick up age 5 for some reason. And there's something here where I feel like you have just pulled in. You don't want to be around this family. I think some of you have walked away. I think some of you have gone no contact with this family, and yet it hasn't really been easy to have an ending and a new beginning. You know, the ending is reversed. So there's something here about, I can't really end this, I can't really walk away, but I've tried to turn my back on it, walk away, be by myself. That's what I'm getting. And it's having to do something with family. I don't actually see inheritance here, but I feel like family home place. You know, whenever I see 6 of Cups, I often think of family home places, you know, that maybe was left to somebody and people are fighting over it, or there's something about childhood and family on your mind very strongly at this time, okay? Now, when we go over here to past influences, we've got the High Priestess. And the High Priestess is all about, you know, things being exposed. You know, what do psychics see, right? And a lot of times this means you didn't necessarily talk to a psychic. I mean, maybe you did. This could have represented a psychic reading you had or something. Did a crow just fly past my window? I just got a glimpse of it when I looked up. How funny. I wouldn't be surprised. They're talking to us. See, they're watching. They're probably out here listening to me doing this reading. Okay, so I feel like something came up, Aries. Some secrets. You can see how she's holding her ear, like she's picking up, tuning into something, okay? And what I'm getting here is something was revealed to you. And when it was revealed, it had to do with childhood and a marriage or obligations, and something made sense. Something clicked. Something really clicked, and I feel like you saw through the illusions. You're like, that's not what I was told it was. I mean, that's what I'm feeling with this High Priestess. You know, she looks a little bit disillusioned, a little bit sad. I think a lot of psychics and tarot readers and people who are intuitive, even if you're not, you know, specifically like a tarot reader, I think a lot of us who pick up things kind of like, oh, now I can't unsee it. Like, oh no, now I'm going to know that forever. I wish I didn't know. And that's kind of what I get. Like, you almost wish like you didn't know. I wish this table would stop doing this. And again, it's reflecting something here of lack of stability, like a 3-legged balance table, you know, wobbling. There's something wobbling in your foundation, and I think it has to do with something that was revealed, Aries, for a lot of you. Yeah, definitely is. Okay, so in your immediate future, the moon, I think we already discussed that. It was having to do with illusions. Illusions shattered is what I'm getting. Illusions shattered. But then you're coming into this World card, a whole new cycle. Okay, spiritual graduation. And then we've got King of Swords, okay? And King of Swords is seeing this with clarity, seeing this using logic. This has to do with clarity and logic and justice and things being fair. It's not about emotion, okay? It's about, this is cut and dried. This is the way it is. And I feel like whatever this is, you're glad this cycle is ending. It's been hard to finish this cycle because we've had this death card come up twice, reversed. So it's been hard to like move this forward. You might be dealing with or meeting a King of Swords, or you might become the King of Swords yourself, who is somebody very logical, not real heart-centered, thinking your way through, using a lot of intellect, very intelligent person, okay? And I feel like you're using your logic and your intellect in the more extended future, which would be from now on through like April, generally speaking, okay? There's a lot there about that. I may decide to do an extended reading, and if I do, I'm definitely going to look into this Hierophant and this new cycle, and yeah, that. The illusion. Why is this an illusion? Okay, let's look at this Chariot card. It's also in your more extended future, which is things moving fast, Aries. You'll be happy to know. Not dragging along. It's like, hold on to your horses, literally. You can see the horses on that card. And of course, it is the year of the horse, which I'm a big fan of, being a Sagittarius. I did not like year of the snake one bit. In fact, last year I think was probably the worst year of my life. Aside from YouTube and you guys, which really helped keep me sane going through it, last year. But the year of the snake was not fun. Was not fun for me at all. So I'm looking forward to this year of the horse, and I'm going to be doing a lot of readings on this, and Chippy's already pulled some cards on the dark horse of 2026. Okay, you know what they call the dark horse, the one you don't see coming, that's the most successful in a race, right? And that's what I'm seeing coming. And the reason I'm telling you all this, because look, you've got this card. You've got this card coming up, and let's clarify it. Clarified by the Four of Cups. Okay, so you might not be completely clear on this dark horse or this Chariot. Now, the Chariot is a lot of success, okay, and it is all about speed and things coming in, rushing towards things really, really quickly. But I also feel like you're feeling a little bit discontent with this. Even though it's going quickly, I feel some irritation and a little bit of discontent with the speed of which it's going, or maybe it's feeling off course a little bit. Let's go over to the Emperor. This is in your energy. This is how other people are seeing you, as the Emperor. Some of you reversed, okay? And you're showing up as the King of Wands. Yeah, there's the fiery King of Wands, okay? And King of Wands very much has to do with somebody who is very magnetic, like Aries is, and very personable, fun, sense of humor, all those things. Very driven, a lot of fire, passionate kind of energy with this King of Wands. Now, if we go with the reversed meaning of the reversed Emperor, who can be acting sort of immature, kind of acting out in ways that are unpleasant, the unpleasant side. Not every Aries here is spiritual and evolved, okay? Not every Aries is like that, and neither is the King of Wands reversed. So if we do read the reversed meanings here, we've got somebody who's very demanding. These cards together say somebody might be seeing you as too demanding, all right? And it's I'm not criticizing, really, never criticize you, Aries. You do you. You might have a reason for that if that's you. And I'm just saying, if somebody's seeing you that way, you might want to reel it in a little bit if you're trying to work out some issue having to do with a family thing. Because it seems like there's property involved. I'm not seeing it in the cards, but I don't read everything by the cards either. But I do feel property because somebody thinks you owe them. And it might just be helpful to play nice for a while. That's all I'm saying. Just consider it, okay? All right. I don't ever tell you what to do in these readings, but I do see things sometimes that look like advice. So there you go. Take it or leave it. Okay. All right. So Two of Swords, hopes and fears. Two of Swords is clarified by some kind of communication. There might be something you don't want to hear. You might not want to hear that crow. All right, but it does seem like good news. Page of Wands is good news. Let's clarify Death reversed, and then I'm going to go over, do the extended, which is 5:55. Be another 10 to 20 minutes. I don't know till I get into it, but always worth it. I give you all the deep dive, all the details, hold nothing back. Okay. Death reversed is clarified by the Magician. There's something tricky going on here. Some inability to move forward or to let go of something. That's what the Death reversed means. But I think it's because somebody's being a trickster. We'll look into this too in the extended Aries, okay? All right, thank you all for being here. I'll see you over there if you make it, and if not, thanks for being here. Please give it a like, a thumbs up, make a comment if you'd like. Interested to know how this hits with you, okay? All right, love reading for you all. Have a good one. Bye now.